There we are. We are live now. We are live. Let me make sure everybody say something so I can make sure our levels are good.
Go Birds.
God damn it. God
MP
damn it.
or Yanni, Yami, whatever your name is, brother.
Tachi, damn,
Yo,
dog. That's
yo, he
crazy
got
work.
so many. He got so many anime names. I don't be knowing
That's
all the
crazy work.
Tachi, Yami,
You got a lot of
Yoko,
names.
whatever. All right, let me introduce. When the unit back together, it's all jokes. So here we go. Welcome back to the Critical Level Gaming Podcast. We're just a crew of friends kicking back, discussing something we've always loved: video games. Whether it's the classics that's raised us or the chaos dropping this week, no topic is off limits. New episodes land every Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. My bad, correction. Every other Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. So set those alerts. And hey, we're an independent channel built from the ground up, and we truly wouldn't be here without you. So if you vibe with what we're doing, hit the like button, share it with your crew, and subscribe to help us level up. Your support keeps us pressing start every week, so we definitely appreciate you. By now, you guys already know me, Bruce, and I'm one of your hosts. But I'm not alone on this quest through the digital wasteland. We also have my man Kenny, my man Skitty, and my guy Tachi. Hope I said it right this time. Y'all put the gun up against me. Pause. That might have sounded crazy. But anyway, I'm gonna go around the room. Y'all tell me how you feeling, games you've been playing, and whatever else before we get into the news. Whoever want to go first.
I'll go first. That's no problem. I've been good. I've been real good. I went to my first uh, card game tournament last night. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Real quick, Kenny,
Yes,
real
sir.
quick, real quick, because you said that, that made me cut you off. Yo,
Yeah.
my new passion. I know nothing about this, but I sit on TikTok. My wife can tell you. I sit on TikTok watching people open packs of
Yes.
Pokemon card. Yo, it's this one dude that I follow. People buy cards from. He open them up. Yo, this is fire to me. I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to buy them, but I get pumped for people that get. He's like, oh my god. But anyway, go ahead, Kenny.
That's amazing. Because no, I'll be doing the same thing on my YouTube page. But I got a free pack last night. I don't know if you can really see that really well. It's a little Pikachu joint. It's got
Nice.
I don't do Pokemon, but it's kind of tough. But I went to my first one last night.
Mhm.
Highly sweaty, very competitive. It's a lot of fun. And the game I have still been playing, which you and I have talked about on multiple occasions, is Outer Worlds 2. I am
Mm,
absolutely hooked. I
I
have
got to get back into it.
37 hours. Oh, please get back into it. I have 37 hours into it. I'm on the third planet now,
Mhm.
and I got one new companion. I'm trying to get the android or the big robot that you got
Mm,
to repair. But yeah, that's what I've been playing so far.
fire. Tachi or Skitty, whoever's next.
Well,
Uh,
I've been playing a lot of Arc Raiders this past week. I think in this past week I have over 40 hours on this game, just grinding. Like
Fire. It's a fire game, bro.
it's probably my game of the year to be honest. But
We got to
that's
say that for 2 weeks. I know we prematurely ejaculated, pause, and game wise, but yeah, yeah. That's it. You got some more,
yeah,
bro.
that's it. That's it for me.
Scott, aka the Skidster. What you got?
well, after my playthrough of Bioshock 2, um, I decided to go retro
Mhm.
again because Steam had a sale where Onimusha Warlords remastered and Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny or Destiny of the Samurai, whatever it's called. Uh, both of them $30, all content. So I have been streaming Onimusha Warlords.
That's all you got?
Yeah, that's it. I love it.
Oh,
I mean, it's check it out. It's up on YouTube already. I've been rocking it.
no, usually that wasn't all I had. I was just saying
Oh,
usually you are long-winded with yourself. So I was going.
Oh, I
You
mean,
shocked me today. You just
oh my!
said
I mean, if people haven't played Onimusha by now, I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. But I mean, it's basically like Resident Evil had a sexy samurai baby. Yeah, it's like that. It's
fire.
definitely.
That's a hell of a analogy, brother. I like it.
I mean,
I got it. I like it.
it's Resident Evil Samurais for
Right.
real. But it was okay. See,
Here we go.
now you got me.
But if he had glasses, he would take them off and
He would
throw
take
them
him
like
off
my
and throw
man.
'em.
Right. What was so unique about Onimusha when it first dropped was because it was one of the, I guess, earlier games that used actual mapping and motion cap from the actor to Takeshi Kaneshiro. He's basically like the Japanese Brad Pitt, for real, for real. And and back then, and it was funny because on my live I was saying, yo, remember when we thought like this was it, like these graphics were legendary, and then it's like where it's at now, it's just crazy. It's just because
You
I'm
like, can
definitely
we
getting that.
even go further than this graphically? We had
I'm,
this conversation before.
I'm telling you, Kid Chameleon, yo. I'm telling you, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the hollow deck. I'm waiting for the hollow deck. But yeah,
Oh, my bad.
yeah.
Go ahead.
No. But Onimusha was definitely one of the survival horror games that revolutionized how survival horror is played. Like you didn't need a gun. I mean, you had a little matchlock gun because of the era that you played in, which was during the Oda Nobunaga and the Mitsuhide Akechi War and stuff like that. But
Man, you just dropped a whole bunch of
I
stuff
was about to
that
say,
I
Lord
was
have
like,
mercy.
oh, I gotta.
oh
I forgot.
yeah, yeah,
Forgot all about
yeah,
that.
yeah, dog. Yeah, it once you started like opening the key to the part that was locked in my brain, it was like, oh, there we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, you didn't need a gun. You had a sword, but then you had this gauntlet that could suck souls, pause. And then you had different types of weapons. Like there's this one weapon that's kind
What
of
did you
similar.
say that gauntlet could do one more time?
No, I don't get it once. It's none of these. But nah, and then the different type of weapons had different elemental properties. Like the one sword that you get had lightning properties.
Mm,
Um, the other sword that was kind of like a claymore had fire properties, and then you had a dual bladed staff that was the wind. So like, and then each of them had a power move where it would like do a tornado with the wind. You do a hammer throw, well, not a hammer throw, but a big chop, and fire comes out, and then lightning. You do this crazy combo, and then every hit is like a lightning damage, and then you do the last hit, and it's like Capcom. It's a
right.
Capcom game, but like I said, it's Resident Evil Samurais. It's not
Got you.
like Capcom crazy. Like it's not like Devil May Cry, and that's what like people initially thought. You know what I'm saying? But it's totally like Resident Evil. So,
Got you. Got you.
but with
Got you.
no
That's dope.
guns. No guns.
That's dope. I mean, you remind me of some things that I didn't forget because I played that game before. But what I've been playing, as I stated before we started the show, Dispatch, love it, beat it 3 times. Not going to spend a lot of time on that. But what I really want to talk about, I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but the game that I'm going to play as soon as we stop recording today, Arc Raiders. I'm in love with it. Didn't think it was gonna happen. Our last pod, y'all sold me on it, and me and Tachi been well. He's obviously been put more time than me in there because I want to tell the story that I kind of led with off air, coming to on air. Um, was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? When that this happened, the one where you had your mic open.
It was yesterday.
All right, we were on some. Yeah, we going into this map. We dealing with everything on site. We taking people loot. We on some Negan type stuff today. We seen this guy. He was like, "Hey, friendly." Me and P talking like, "Yeah, this is our first victim right here. We got him." He was like, "Don't shoot." We was like, "We good, brother." Blah blah blah. We got it on push to talk, but AP, well, Tachi pushed to talk to the guy. He was like, "Yeah, I'm about to shoot him. I'm about to jack him." There, he heard everything. Dude took off, and we ran into a daggone a trap because when we killed one, his guy came back was like, "This is for killing my friend," and like it. You would have to be there to see how amazing that was. It was so funny, and that was just one story from it. Like it was one where we were trying to escape, and a big walker came up, and we was trying. Yo, it's too much to explain. It's fire, bro. It's fire. Just watch the YouTube videos. You will see it.
I'll be on it now. It's a
Yeah,
wrap.
we are on that. Let me get to the run of the show. Before we get into our top 10 games of all time, personal, we're going to do quick news tidbits. First piece of news that you guys can discuss is the Ubisoft Tencent partnership or whatever's going on with that. I'm gonna kick it to Kenny first. Kenny and
Okay.
Eddie, you guys were both having a great discourse inside the Discord about it the other day. So go ahead. What you got?
Okay. I'll go first. I don't think now I know I'm completely against like mergers and like, you know, I guess it depends on who's acquiring or who's buying into the company. Always makes me a little nervous. I don't think this is a bad move. Ubisoft has been in the dumpster for the past few years, with the mistakes they've made with the Division, the mistakes they've made with oh Lord have mercy, I'm drawing a blank. I mean, Assassin's Creed's been a little up and down,
Mhm.
but maybe this will help revitalize their IPs. And that's what they said they wanted to do. They wanted to strengthen the IPs and they want to expand those IPs. We talked about Assassin's Creed Jade. I'll leave that to you, Skitty, because I don't know much about Assassin's Creed, but they said they wanted to push that brand even further and make it more than what it currently is. So hopefully that is true. Tencent is gobbling up a lot of stuff, a lot of IPs. So I hope that
Yeah.
what they're doing is for the better. I know there's a little bit of like gray area because of course, the way their culture is in China, they can't um, display or have certain things. But I'm curious of how far they can push some of these IPs. So I'll pass the rest over to Skitty.
I've definitely have been taking a look at Tencent's move, and yeah, I double back on what you said. They have been buying a lot of IPs, and it wasn't just Assassin's Creed; it was Far Cry
Yeah.
and the Rainbow Six. So, and I'm gonna say it, yo, I'm not going front. I've watched some gameplay on Siege, but I miss the days. I miss the days of what Rainbow Six was. It was a
Vegas too,
team.
baby.
Vegas
Vegas
You know what I
too.
mean?
too. Yeah.
It was a team game. I mean, I'm even going farther back. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a team game. It was, you had your squad. You could tell them what to do, or you had people that you played online with, and y'all ran that mission together. Like I love that. And then Vegas just,
Vegas was
Vegas took it
unbelievable.
by storm. And Rainbow Six ain't been Rainbow Six since Vegas. Like
Nope.
I'm being dead up.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Clip it. It's like, nah, let me stop. but but nah,
You know I'm on sabbatical right now from all that.
but nah, that's just facts. You know what I mean? That's just pure facts. It's not even me, debating anything. Like a lot of people, we love PvP to a certain extent, but PvE will always be the bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? Period. Um
Are you sure?
Now,
Are you sure? Oh, you talking about Vegas?
no, I'm talking
Or
about of like, like gaming in general.
because
You know what I'm saying?
PvP is running.
PvP,
It's
PvP.
running
I said
rampant.
some of us likes PvP,
Mm,
but PvE is always going to be You know what I mean? Like
Right.
that's
I
just
get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
even with story-based games. You know what I'm saying? Like, which I'm sorry, because my brain just, it keeps every time I say story-based, it pops bop bop bop. Hellraiser revival. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh yeah.
I can't wait. I
Did you
can't
see the
wait.
trailer for it from the Xbox partner?
I've seen that thing when it first dropped. I made a collab about that, John. They're bringing back the OG Cenobites, the Chatterer. You know what I'm saying? I can't say the other John's name because they don't want to say it, so they just call it a female Cenobite. But yeah, Butterball. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. But back to the original thing. Um, Assassin's Creed Jade was introduced, I say, what was it, 21?
Yeah,
21.
21. I think that's when they
Open
mentioned
and
it.
open, yeah, open world, and it's Tencent.
Mhm.
That's Tencent's baby, bread and butter. And it's supposed to be an open world Assassin's Creed game, which is very interesting because it's like, so how y'all gonna do it? Like, what time period you're gonna do it? Like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? Um, I don't recommend a open world Assassin's Creed because Assassin's Creed multiplayer hasn't taken off at all. I mean, people have played it. Think about it. You played it, but how often have you
Yeah,
played it?
I was gonna push back a little bit. I want to say it was which one had the multiplayer?
It was it
Was
was
it
it
Black
was
Flag or was it 4?
Let's
no,
let Black Flag is the greatest Assassin's Creed game of
Yes, it
all
is.
time. I
Yes, it
just
is.
want
yeah, but it
Yes,
was
it is.
before they had multiplayer before that though.
Okay, that's why
Yeah,
I'm a little shaky on it. I don't know
Unity,
to Unity.
U,
Okay,
Unity
whichever one that
was
allowed you to get in there and just be an assassin, I thought was incredible. That aspect of the multiplayer, like it's kind of like the was it the game on Call of Duty called President, where you got to protect the president, but you have
hmm.
to essentially find the victim, and then all the assassins are chasing them. I thought that was really cool. Um, I don't on a multi-massive level, I don't know how good or bad that could be, but I thought it was at
But
least a decent idea.
But I mean, but that's the thing though. Like how often have people like played that or even
Right,
like mentioned? You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
mentioned it. Like we know about it, but I don't know any of my peoples or anybody like in the media that I follow that actually played Assassin's Creed's multiplayer options.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I've tried it. I've tried it. I think it was on. I think Brotherhood had a multiplayer option.
one of them
Oh,
had
what
where
was the one with
you
the twins? Was that Brotherhood?
The twins.
Yeah,
wasn't
where it
one
was.
where you had to go around the city, and as you got closer to either you was a Templar or assassin, and if you was a Templar, if you got close when the assassin, whoever played that guy, tried to blend in, you would maybe it had to be that you was a Templar and you would get like I guess your radar or something would start buzzing as you got closer. It was like hot cold. You got closer and closer to finding the assassin type deal. I think that was
Okay.
right after the Enzio ones, the first three Assassin's Creed. Maybe it was the third Enzio one because I fell
Could have been
off.
Revelations.
I don't even. I fell off after a while, and I picked it back up with Black Flag, and that was my joint. But I don't know.
Gotcha.
I ain't gonna jump in. Y'all got this conversation because
No, I think because I know it was introduced heavy in Brotherhood,
Mhm,
but
Yeah,
then
yeah.
like I remember Unity. I remember Unity because you could play with multiple people. Like you could be multiple assassins doing a mission.
mhm,
I remember that, and it could have been Unity where you could be assassins and somebody else could be Templars
mhm.
protecting
Hmm.
whatever they had. So I do believe you because Unity was supposed to be was supposed to be 360. I remember because it came out on Xbox 360 only, and I was so pissed off. I had to get an Xbox. I had to
Welcome
get
to the
an
dark side.
And
Uh,
I
uh,
was like,
hey, real
"Dang."
quick, Skitty, we gotta kind of put this subject to a close soon.
Oh,
Finish it.
yeah,
Yeah,
my bad,
final
my bad.
thoughts on it. Final thoughts, brother.
But yeah, that was basically it. Yeah, I had to get an Xbox to play it, and I played it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not playing this multiplayer no more."
Yeah. To put a pin on it, though, to put a pin on it, the companies that they have bought into, Paradox, Remedy Entertainment, From Software, um, and of now Ubisoft, the other companies have boomed. I don't think From Software has had a bad game yet.
Mm,
Remedy Entertainment has been great, and of course the studio that they own, Riot Games. If you know anything
mhm,
about League of Legends, if you
right.
know anything about Runeterra, and Valorant, I mean those games are insanely popular. So I
Yes,
think
sir.
with Tencent pushing their way into this market space, maybe they can help Ubi because Ubi is doing very bad. So I'll leave that there.
Tosh, you got anything to clean it up with? All right. Um, last tidbit of news until we get into our main topic is Valve introduces some new hardware.
Mm,
One that I'm very excited for.
Yes.
We got I can't remember all the names of these devices because I wrote down only the Steam machine and the new Steam controller, but you got the Steam VR. I don't know the actual name of that. And it was, oh, I think that was it. The Steam
It was a
VR.
new. I think they came out with like a newer Steam Deck. I
Okay.
think.
Maybe that was it. It was four devices they showed: the Steam Deck, Steam machine, Steam controller, and the VR thing. Um, out of all four of those things, as a previous Steam Deck owner, I dig that. I went more of the ROG Ally. That's my uh portable. Um
Mhm.
the controller is just a Steam Deck without the screen closing. I don't really like those uh
Game
pads,
Gear.
touchpad. I don't really dig those. VR, I got an Oculus Quest over here that I barely use, but I'm good with that because I hook it up to my PC. I play what I want. Uh, lastly, the Steam machine. That's the one that, if priced right, which is I thought it was going to be one thing going into this, but I've seen a little bit of rumbling on the internet
Mhm.
talking about what we basically how it stacks up versus consoles now. It's less powerful than a PS5 Pro.
Mhm.
Um But a question was asked. I think IGN asked this question to some guys at Steam, the developers. They were having a talk, and he said something to the point, how are you going to maneuver the console space? Are you going to keep console pricing? And they asked, what is console pricing? And the guy said, like $500. And he said they all looked at each other like, nah, that ain't it. So the price of this thing is it could probably, if you think about it, it could be close to $700-800. Do you think the current climate economy, tariffs, all of that stuff, do you think something like that could survive mainstream, or is this just going to be the enthusiast that just wants to buy this and put a gaming PC in their living room type deal? It's a whole bunch of questions I asked there, but y'all can attack it however you want. But remember, I don't want to stay too long on this, but you can get off what you got to get off. Go.
I mean, I feel as though if I mean, it depends, man, because I mean, I know I right, I want it so bad, but
Right.
I'm adulting right now. There's a different type of focus.
Right.
So if it ain't on shop where I can make payments,
Right. Affirm that, man.
you know what I'm saying?
Affirmative.
If it ain't on shop where I can make some payments, then I don't know. I don't know. But I think it's a bold move. But Alienware did this years ago, where they made a PC based, you know, system.
Hey, Scott, real quick, Skitty, how do you think Microsoft feels about Steam beating them to the punch?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's because Valve is underdogs. They're the underdogs. Like, think about it. They're the one company that got people. I mean, I'm gonna say it. They got people by the balls, man. Like, how long we've been waiting for Half-Life 3?
Forever.
You know what I mean? And then the fact that when they came out with their own source, like Steam, and then for it to take off the way it
It
did.
made computer gaming like viable again. You feel me now?
Exactly. So, I mean, and when does it come out? When
It
does
just said
the
early 2026.
Yeah.
okay, so early 2026. So people going to be on that Black Friday deal the next year. Next year. Good Friday. Sorry, I apologize. Um, but yeah, people going to be on that. Or like I said, if it ain't on Shop or Klarna or Affirm, you know what I'm saying? It's going to sit there until it get a little bit cheaper. But I mean, but if I wasn't, if I had certain stuff in order, then I would, yeah, I ain't going front. Yeah, I would get it. I would get it.
Right.
I already have plenty of, couple terabyte external hard drive, you know what I'm saying? Little portable joints that can hold enough, and that would be beautiful.
I know you love it. You get to have that box in your front room and you can watch all your hentai porn
Oh
and
Jesus Christ!
you love anime that much, right? Go birds. Kenny, what you
Go
got,
birds!
brother?
Go birds! I don't. I truly.
I don't want y'all to believe that I'm just gonna let y'all try to like hit me with some of that bullshit.
This is what you get for being in my YouTube comments the other day.
Hey
And then
yo!
Hey, Kenny.
All
gonna,
right,
gonna be
so
over there. What? I'm sorry, Kenny. Hold up. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. I don't see you just gonna come at me talking about hentai and I'm like, hold on, man. Like, I love anime, but you know what I mean? Please
My
have some
man.
proof. I watch live action porn. Damn.
oh
My man.
Jesus Christ!
There we go. All right.
Jesus Christ! All right, so to answer your question, do I think the GameCube will survive, or will it? In
Hold
today's
up.
climate,
What did you say?
Steam machine. Steam
the
machine.
Gabe Cube.
Oh.
No,
Whew.
no, 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 no,
Woo.
no, no, no,
I
no, no,
got you.
no.
My bad.
GABE. For
Ah.
subtitles,
All right.
GABE.
My bad.
Um,
My bad.
no, you're good. Do I Jesus? Do I think it'll survive? Yeah, I do, because there are people who are willing to pay the price for good products. Um, do I think it'll survive in the console world? Probably not, because you're not going to get, because you got to remember, you got to think about the average Christmas shopper. They're not going to go buy that thing if it's not within their price range.
Right.
When it came to certain things in that world, if it's 120, 150, 180, they start getting a little shaky. Consoles should stay around the $250 to $300 range. Once you start to go a little bit higher than that, you price out your average customer. So in this world, since it is going to rival PCs, yes, if you're in that PC market, you can get it, you can afford it, it'll survive with you.
Right.
But the average person that's not in that world of playing games on, not necessarily playing games online, excuse me, but playing a wide variety of computer and PC games, it's not, I don't think it's going to do well, but I hope it does, because there needs to be some other type of competition within that world. And for the price, in today's climate, once again, with the tariffs and things going up in price, if you price this thing anywhere near a $700 range, which is rumored to where it's going to be, sure, yes, that is a budget style computer that can play whatever you want. But you're not trying to sell it to a computer gamer, because a computer gamer already understands that. You're trying to sell it to everybody. So maybe the marketing has to be a little bit better when it's, time for it to come out, and they'll be like, hey, this is all the things you get, the bigger bang for your buck scenario, instead of this thing is $800, good luck, or $700, good luck. They're going to have to go next level when it comes to the marketing. So, and will it survive? Yes, to the extreme gamer. Will it survive to the average gamer? Probably not.
Tachi, got anything on the Steam? I know you are a Steam Deck owner also, so what you got?
Yeah, as Kenny said, I don't think it's going to do well in the console market at all. It's too expensive. Like for like people who want niche, somewhat niche computer type stuff, people are definitely gonna buy it, but not the people they want to buy it necessarily. Like I don't
Yeah.
think it's not surviving the console market. Yeah, that's
You pretty much think like if you're already in the Steam blue footprint, you'll more than likely be a customer if you don't already have a house full of PCs or something like that. But any they're not going to get a bunch of new customers unless this thing is priced so perfectly, because the main thing I want to say is the Steam marketplace. Steam doesn't have to worry about people taking 30% of the game. They take 30% of the games that you buy on Steam.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
it's like they can they make money hand over fist. So they can come in here and price this thing whatever they want and it'll go. But they don't have to do that because once again, I don't know. Gabe is the man. I honestly think this is just me. I want you heard it here first.
Hmm.
I think because Steam is a privately owned company, Microsoft is going to buy them in the future, and they don't have to worry about the FCC getting in the way of that. They've already, if you go back to the Activision trial, when the FCC was questioning Steam about Call of Duty, all that stuff was going on. Steam came out, was like, we support Microsoft in whatever they do. We're going to continue. They were the one company I think that were speaking positive about Microsoft, and they said we will continue to do business with them. And not saying that was anything that leads to what I'm saying now, but their partnership has always been cool. Microsoft put Steam into their launcher now. I mean, it's like things that Microsoft want to do with their next hybrid console. Steam is doing it now, but how do you not know that they've already had these talks? Like, put that out there and
Yep.
see how this go. We're
Yep.
already working on something. I mean, like that. I don't know. That's just me. I just think it's going to happen in the next year to two,
Well, is it
year or
with the
two.
Ally? It like runs Steam essentially, or is it runs Steam in the background? Is that with
No,
the
you
Ally?
can the Ally. You can it runs Windows.
Yes.
You can, like with the Steam Deck, I
Yes.
partitioned my Steam Deck to run Steam and Windows
Yes.
because you couldn't play games with anti-cheat on Steam. It was, you could play them, but it's hard to play
It's
Call of
hard.
Duty and stuff like that.
I got
So
you.
I partitioned it and stuff like things of the sort. Yeah, I'm not too sure about the new Rogue Ally X because I got the original edition. Um, but yeah, that's just
Isn't
how
that
I think about it.
isn't that Asus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Asus. That's
Yeah.
laptop I'm using now.
Right.
Nice.
I
Can I
think. Oh my
can I
bad.
do a quick callback? I'm sorry.
Yeah, go
Uh,
ahead, man.
to Z Scoops and him talking about the Marvel Kith collab.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
All
ahead. Go
right. That collab is absolute heat. I love everything about it. From the shirts, the hoodies, the shoes, the
ahead.
socks, the
I've seen
artwork they
some.
put
Yep.
out. Yes. Why am I spending $235 or $300 for a sweater? Can someone explain that to me, please? I don't care that you branded, this crazy, crazy artwork from Marvel vs. Capcom 2 into a hoodie, into a shirt. I can do that myself. $285 for a hoodie is crazy. $195 for a shirt with an art that's literally. I know I'm dogging this company, and I'm sorry. I apologize, but I don't see how that is like. What are we doing at this point? It's an awesome collab. They got skateboards. They had like little Game Boy things. They had figures. All this really cool stuff. But the price point is insane. $220 for some Asics shoes with like Marvel stuff. Like, what are we
I think I
doing?
got you. I think I got the answer for you. As someone that's into designing clothes and have my own thing going on,
Mm-hmm.
it's all when you price something that high, it makes it seem exclusive to people. And they be like,
Mm,
oh, like
mm,
this is $300. If I have this, other people will want, or they want to show off for their friends. It's that type of thing. When you like I'm trying to think of an example. I don't know. You don't see a lot of commercials for Louis Vuitton clothes or
Right,
Gucci
right,
clothes
right,
and
right.
stuff like that because just like matter of fact, I think it was Ferrari or Lamborghini. Someone asked them, "Why don't we see commercials for your car?" He was like, "Because the people I'm making this car for don't sit in the house watching commercials."
Yep.
It's that type of exclusivity thing. So that's just my thought.
I got you. I got you. Okay. So I mean to like the sidebar that, but you can get back to it. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was fire. That was fire. I saw him ask that question in the
Mhm.
chat, and I do want to. I think we'll have to segment something out eventually as the show continues. Future shows where we do like a chat where people in the
Yeah,
chat say stuff, we answer those questions. All
I
right.
got you.
Anybody else got anything before we get to the topic of the show? You
How
raise
do
your hand.
y'all feel? How do y'all feel about Black Ops 7 launch? The poor performance of it.
I haven't even played it. I seen
I
videos
mean,
about the campaign, and I was like, wow.
as far
Yeah.
as I know, and just like the only reason why I get Black Ops in the first place, as long as zombies is good, I'm cool. I don't play nothing else. So I mean, I play the campaign just to get the achievements, and then I go right to zombies. I go right to zombies, and
I,
that's it.
I'm I'm not a first person head, so I won't yuck anyone's yum. But the fact that it has been doing pretty
Yuck
poorly.
anyone's yum. I like that. I'm gonna store that one.
It's been doing pretty poorly, and I saw the single player, and I guess it's kind of changed from where it is, but it's a video game. Like,
Right.
you know, it's a video.
The
It's not
story,
real.
and the
It's not
thing
real.
is that another thing that I didn't like what Call of Duty did is the whole backward storytelling, because again, this the situation that happened in Black Ops 7
Oh, I see. What you're saying.
is after Black Ops 2, storyline wise, because that's Mason's son, and Woods died on Black Ops 2. So
Yeah, I
You
mean,
don't like the continuity of the story.
it's how they're telling it. It's
Yeah,
how they're telling
yeah,
it.
yeah.
They
Makes
should
sense.
have kept it. They should have for real. Black Ops 7 should have been Black Ops 3.
I also think that's an issue because you remember, so many moons ago, they had two different studios making it. It was Treyarch and Infinity Ward. So they kind of had to
Mhm.
pick up, like this year it'd be Infinity Ward, this year it'd be Treyarch. So
But
that
they
could have
had their
also
own.
played an issue.
they also got Raven, and they took
Raven.
High Moon
I,
away from Transformers.
Yep. Was it
Yeah,
Sledgehammer too, right?
yeah, Sledgehammer.
I
Sledgehammer.
thought
Yeah.
I thought Treyarch and the other ones they were doing like different genres. Like they were
So
doing like the go ahead.
oh my bad.
The you talking about the World at War
The World
joints,
at War,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
but
But
they don't
now
make those no more.
exactly.
Right,
And
right,
Infinity
right.
Ward is gone. And that's
Well,
respawn.
Vanguard
So
Vanguard was the last World War story.
And that, my bad, Ken. I got you, Kenny. I know we keep cutting you off, but
no, you're cool.
Vanguard was so lowly rated because people
Yeah.
didn't like. I guess they tried something different, and they were doing. I guess how the Battlefield 1 stories was when it was like you die and it'll show the dog tags of this person, then the story will move on to something like that, and people were
Mhm.
complaining about how that story was. I didn't play that one. There was a couple of Call of Duties I didn't play, and that was one of them. But I remember the discourse of that.
Okay.
And now the zombies looks crazy in 7. I will say I've never played
Oh yeah.
zombies in any mode.
You never
So
play zombies?
no, never played
Oh,
zombies. I never and like I got all the Black Ops for free when I was there. So like I couldn't say that I never played it. I owned the game, but
Kenny
I just
G.
never played.
Because I used to be like, yo, can I get one of them? No, you got to work here.
It was so hey man, you gotta
I got
clock in
you.
like the rest of us.
I got you. I got you.
But I never played zombies, and I know zombies was real big. I kind of took off like crazy, and I saw they dropped the trailer for it. What was it yesterday or 2 days ago? It looks
Mhm.
kind of cool. Looks kind of cool if you're into it. If you're into it.
Tachi, you brought this up. How you feel about it?
I think Call of Duty just needs to come to an end. Like as a franchise,
Damn.
I think we should have never gotten to a Black Ops 7. Like
My man shooting.
The fact that a series inside your franchise got to the number 7 in the series, and it's technically the 8th game too,
Yeah.
because we're not counting World at War,
World at
which
War,
Mm,
started
right?
it.
mm.
The prologue. Yep.
I think Call of Duty needs to come to an end, and Activision needs to move on to their next like shooter title
Play
because
Ether under this. Good
Call of
God.
Duty makes so much money. They
Yeah, bruh.
Microsoft can to even think about recouping those billions of dollars they spent for Activision. Call of Duty has to continue to come out every year. People were
Every year.
talking about it like maybe and every 2 years or whatever. Give them time to let something new cook with the Call of Duty franchise. No, how you say Nadella or whatever, the one who was the CEO of Microsoft said,
Hmm.
"Nah, we gave you that
Yeah.
money to buy Activision, to buy Bethesda. We want an annual Call of Duty
Yep.
on every console,
Yep.
every so I can't. I
yeah,
get what you're
and
saying.
I feel like the annual Call of Duties they've killed the series, like at least in quality.
Mm,
Ever since it's been a Call of Duty, ever like or within the past 5 years at least, it's just the quality of these games have constantly been going down.
exactly.
Well, I don't in that mindset, they've magnified Call of Duty. They don't have to improve the game if you're still going to buy it. The moment you stop investing your money into the game, they will change. There has been, just to use Madden as an example, was it 2 years ago? The consumer base put so much pressure on Madden, saying they need to change this game or we will not buy it. To where the not developers, but like the spokespersons of EA came out and said, if this version of Madden flops, we must take time off
Yep.
to make a better game. That goes to show you that your product is trash and you need to improve. So I agree with you. They should not make one every year. But if you don't, they need to make that money back elsewhere. And you know how they're going to do that? They're going to nickel and dime you with every microtransaction known to
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
You want
You
this
already
game?
know.
You want this game? You want to improve it? All right, cool. Here's, you can buy the multiplayer. Oh, you want to buy the multiplayer? Here, buy these maps. Don't forget they made y'all do that a couple years back. Y'all was buying them maps like hotcakes. We'll do it again. So I agree, but they're going to make that money back some way.
And to double down on that, think about it. Like people complained about Game Pass, but they still got it.
Oh, they still got it.
Hmm.
Still got it.
And now that Call of Duty's on Game Pass, all right, we not going. We already got Call of Duty, so the microtransactions are already there. They're already there. So
It's crazy.
and
Real
to double
crazy.
down on it because I ain't going front. Me and a couple people at my job was talking about it because a lot of people have moved. Well, a lot of people at my job, I'll say that, have moved from Call of Duty to Battlefield, and this new war zone like Battlefield. What is it called? Red X or
Uh,
Ba-
Red Zone,
Red
Red
Tech.
Sec.
Red Tech.
Red Sec.
Red Tech? So I've been hearing, I've seen some gameplay, and I'm loving it. But the thing is that Call of Duty has such a fan base. It's on par with One Piece. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how Call of Duty has built itself. So regardless of what goes on, if a Call of Duty comes out, it's still going to make money, and that's sad. So as long as people still got Game Pass, it's still going to be in there.
Yep, yep. You got something else to say, Skitty? Because I'm
No,
gonna try to
no,
move it on.
that was it.
That's the Call of Duty talk. That's more Call of Duty talk than I wanted to have this week. Thank you, Tachi, on that. Um, your pink slip is in the mail, brother.
Oh no.
See, I ain't get Scott today. He cool. I mean, my crosshairs are on another individual. Now I guess topic of the show. Topic of the show. We are about to name no, maybe I should change that. If you've been following us since episode 1, I guess, you know that all four of us, three at the time, are we have different tastes in games. Um, we come together and discuss games, introduce games to our co-hosts that we might have never played or wanted to play, but it helps broaden, I guess, our horizons, for lack of a better term. So we wanted to do an episode where each one of us goes through our own personal 10 favorite games of all time. This to me was very hard. I thought it was going to be easier when I first came up with this idea for us to do this. These last 2 weeks, namely today, this morning, was really frustrating for me to sort these out. Um, not everyone on the panel today have put things in order from 10 to 1, but I have. And the criteria pretty much is these are your 10 favorite games. We're not here to argue. We're just here to tell why this is in the list. I guess maybe bring up some fond memories you have with this game and discuss amongst each other. It's not going to be we've been already running for 40-50 minutes, so I'm not going to tell people to speed through this, but do it in a timely fashion so the next person can have time. I'm gonna lead things off first with my honorable mention because I said that at the beginning. You could name your honorable mention or mentions first before you get to your first on the list. Mine is WWF No Mercy on the Nintendo 64.
Ooh,
Uh
wow.
I'm not gonna go too deep into that, but the memories I have with my brothers back then playing that game, how we used to just if it wasn't Madden, it was this. We were all in there. We created belts, changed uniforms. It was just fire. But that's that. Let me go into my number 10 with a Metacritic score of 95. In parentheses, this was a game which multiplayer changed the game forever and a cliffhanger ending that still stings for fans of this franchise today. It is, well, at the time, it was a Microsoft Xbox exclusive. It was probably, well, it is the game that pushed Microsoft into number one at a time for consoles, which was the Xbox 360. But this was a original Xbox game, and that game is Master Chief himself, Halo 2. Loved it. Loved the multiplayer. I still every now and then hop back in to finish the fight. And yeah, and just being introduced to Gravemind for the first time, I thought that was fire. But anyway, my number 10 on the list is Halo 2. I'll point out, I guess I'll point how I'm looking at you guys, it would be Skitty next. So
Okay.
Skitty.
All right. Well, I have to. It's funny because you said No Mercy was your honorable mention, and my honorable mention was WCW versus NWO World Tour.
Yo, why are we yo, I absolutely don't like you, but we so similar. Yo. So,
That was that I have to say that the hours that me, my boy Twan, my boy Jay, that we would spend like drilling each other on that game. Pause
Pause.
mm,
is just bananas, and it just brings back good memories. But I have to say, my number 10, and I mean it's wild. It has to say that back then it was called WWF SmackDown Know Your Role. And I love the customizations you could do with your character, the move setup that you could do with your character. Like, man, and then you could like make your own combos. The combo button you could hit, pop, pop, pop. Oh my goodness, that was my stuff. That's my number 10. SmackDown, Know Your Role, because I spent hours. I created like 4 characters on that game. I was in there.
brother, when you said the combos, I created a Stone Cold variant. His name was Cobra, and all he did was stun people. It was a combo. You could just keep stunning people over and over. Yo, that was fire. That was fire. All right, are you done?
Yeah,
Kitty?
that's my number 10.
How I'm looking at it, Kenny, you're next.
Okay. I have all right, so I realized my list. We talked off air. It's a little Xbox heavy. So I changed my honorable mention because I want to show love to all consoles. My honorable mention was a PlayStation 2 game that did not get a lot of love. I played a demo of it way back when, and then eventually when I started working at GameStop, I bought it. Jet Li Rise to Honor. That is an unbelievable game. If you've
Joe.
ever played a beat 'em up, this is the first time I played a beat 'em up game with that free flow combat where you use the
Analog
analog stick.
only.
Unbelievable game. Definitely an underrated game. I don't know the Metacritic score or anything like that, but it is an awesome. It is
That's
an
just
awesome
me, bro.
game.
Nobody else have to do that. It's just me, yo. It's just
I
me.
got you. I got you. But Jet Li Rise to Honor, PlayStation 2, phenomenal game. If you ever get a chance, please check it out. My number 10 top favorite game of all time is a game that I don't think anyone would see coming. Guitar Hero 3. Listen, when I had a chance to play this game, I hated it. I'm like, why are we selling this game, bro? This is trash. This is the dumbest game on the planet. Until I had a demo set up in my store. And it was one day no one was there and I played it for an hour. I love Guitar Hero 3 specifically because that was the best soundtrack. Me and my man Doob, we would go hit like a bar or like Dave and Buster's. If they had it, we'd play it. That game is etched in my heart forever. Guitar Hero 3, one of the top 10 greatest games of all time.
I just have to say, bro, I knew when y'all start doing y'all lists, it would bring like nostalgia back for me because I know you don't remember all of our interactions in GameStop,
Yeah.
Kenny, but y'all sold me Rock Band, all the peripherals, and Guitar Heroes. Y'all made money off of me.
Let's
And
go.
who I lived with at the time, absolutely. AP, remember when we used to be in the basement? Me, your sister, Daryl, we be over there like Barracuda.
Oh man.
Yo,
So much fun.
fire,
So
fire.
much fun.
Tachi, you next.
For me, I got a few honorable mentions,
Do your
but
thing.
I'm going to kind of breeze through them. First, Star Wars Battlefront 2 EA. That game, it didn't launch the best, but how that game ended up, and even coming back to it earlier this year, it's one of the greats for me.
Yeah.
Next,
Love it.
it's going to overlap from, I'm going to have a lot of overlap from that last list, but Battlefield 4 is my next honorable mention. Still to me the best Battlefield game, and it probably will never change. After that, just
Real quick. Just don't have to stay on it. What do you like about Battlefield 4 so much? Be quick about it. If you one
the
sentence, okay.
evolution.
Okay.
How you will have bad like have a fight on a skyscraper, then it will collapse,
Got you. Got
and then you have a battlefield fighting over the rubble. Stuff like that. I
you.
wish they would try doing something like that in the new Battlefield.
Got you.
And my last honorable mention, Just Cause 3.
Mm.
I love destruction in games, and that game revolutionized destruction.
You
Like
love Just Cause and what was his name?
Rico
Rico
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez. Boy, I had to buy so many of them daggone games. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, that game got me interested in the series. That was my first one in the series, but just all the memories I have from that game, from like the mech suits and the jetpack and just everything with that game. But for my number 10, once again, there's some overlap. Grand Theft Auto 5.
Mm,
Grand Theft Auto 5 is a game that really was my introduction to online, as I said before. but its story mode is one of the best in gaming. And I feel like it's underrated. People kind of ignore the story mode nowadays just to go for the online. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto 5 will always be in my 10.
Fire. We will revisit that one soon enough. Um, all right, that's our well, not everybody put a number on theirs, but that's our 10th game on our list, I guess.
Mhm.
Let me go to number 9. Number 9 with a Metacritic score of 91. This is a Sony PlayStation exclusive. Um right here, this can give you a clue to what I got going on. It is dual Spidey's emotional stakes and a great villain lineup. Insomniac kept the bar high. If we ever do our favorite developers, is like is on a short list for me. But Marvel Spider-Man 2, I loved
Mm.
the original Spider-Man. I loved Miles Morales version, but when you put those together and added Venom, you added what else? Who else? I know who you. I know what's the other guy name? Craven, but I wasn't thinking about him. Um, the one thing that I can say I really didn't like about that game is Harry Osborn being Venom. I know they had to change the story, but as someone,
It's not good.
I don't want to go. This is out. This is a list of games we like. I'm not going to
Not
critique
my Eddie Brock. It's like,
them.
no,
You feel me? You feel me? But yeah, man, I love it to this day. I go back to this game and just swing through New York and hot swap between characters. That was something that GTA 5 made famous. The swapping between characters and no loading time is just drop in, drop out, that type thing. And I want to see what they do with the new GTA, see if they still implement that. I think they will. But anyway, I loved this game. I'm mad that they canceled the multiplayer for y'all swinging through the city version. I thought there was going to be a Venom slash Carnage DLC, but they don't do DLCs here.
Mm.
It's nothing much I can say about it without sounding redundant. But Marvel Spider-Man 2 is my number 9, and Skitty, you're next.
well, I said earlier that my list most likely will be PlayStation and Nintendo heavy.
Hmm.
And what I will say is that again, Super Metroid. This is my number 9. Super Metroid had me in it. And when I mean in it, I'm talking about I was looking for the secret doorways, the secret, shooting the walls just to make sure that it was nothing behind it. And then, you just it showed you what happened before in the past Metroid game, and it was like, oh, okay. But again, for years I thought Samus was a dude. So so it was like when you see the suit explode and I'm like, what? I was like, okay, I didn't know that. But I mean, badass bounty hunter chick, that was crazy. And but yeah, the detail in the soundtrack heavy, still heavy to this day, especially when you fight Ridley. Oh man, yep. And then when you get the superpower after the Metroid takes the energy from Mother Brain and then gives it to you, what? Oh, that was it right there. The little baby Metroid, it liked you. It was like, oh, you saved me. I remember that. But yeah, Super Metroid, my number 9.
All right. I will my number 9, I'll go to another PS2 title. I don't think anyone's ever played it. At least I'll preface that first. It's called Indigo Prophecy. You might know about it by they changed their name and they rebranded it into Fahrenheit. But Indigo Prophecy was an unbelievable storyline driven game. early stages of Heavy Rain, early stages of Detroit Become Human, all those decision making games where you kind of have to play both sides. Indigo Prophecy, within the first 10 minutes, will get you hooked. There's a killer, well, not, there's a murder in a bathroom. You're the murderer. You fix the crime scene. The next scene, you come in as the cop and you figure out what happened in the scene you just created. Indigo Prophecy, hands down, is an unbelievable game. It's twists and turns every time you get into it. You change the story and customize it however you want. Great PS2 title, another hidden gem.
Tachi.
For me, my next game is Titanfall 2. Great gunplay, great the feeling of going on a kill streak, calling down your Titan, and just knowing you about to destroy this whole lobby. That feeling, it's like you don't get that in many other games. So once
Fire.
again, underrated campaign also, but most importantly, that multiplayer.
What was that level called where you keep going back in time and forward in time? That was one of the greatest game levels I've ever played. And you
Yeah.
told me about that for a while until that was a fire level.
Mm-hmm.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Um all right. Moving on to my number 8. As I look at this list, I was wrong, Kenny. I do have a couple Xbox games on
As long
here.
as we got representation, baby, that's all that matters. We
And
just need
this,
a little representation.
I got you. I got you. This game right here changed my life. Number 8. When we did our games that defined us list, a lot of those games made that list because they couldn't make this one. And the one that made that list was the child of this game, I guess. This one, Metacritic score 94, and a little excerpt I can read. Before Skyrim took over, this game set the gold standard for open world RPG freedom. Um, if you don't know what it is already, it's Oblivion. I put Elder Scrolls 4. Was that 4? Yeah, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. Um, I put so many hours into this game. It almost ended my first marriage because I played this game so much. Just going back to some of the memories real quick, the Dark Brotherhood storyline. That man, I just something about that to this day, I still love that. Even when they remastered it now, I didn't want to play it because I wanted to hold the memories that I had of that game, like where they were. I didn't want to play this new remastered version and be like, I don't remember this being like this. I mean, it's just I loved that so much. Fighting in the gladiator tournament, all of that. Yeah, man. I just want to say one more thing. I said this last time during our games that defined us list. When just doing things like I found a sword called Umbra. It was a glass sword, ebony, or I think it was an ebony glass sword that I used throughout the game because it was like a little cheat that I found. But between that sword and the staff I had of the dead, where you had to kill this necromancer that these other necromancers brought back from the dead, and he was like their god. But I beat him, took his staff. So in one hand I had the Umbra sword, in the other hand I had the staff. So I would kill people and reanimate them, and they would join my army. Fire! I love that. Um, yeah, man. Number 8, Elder Scrolls 4, Oblivion.
Well, again, I have to double on what Bruce said. You know, there's Xbox games. You know, Xbox ain't all bad. You know, yeah, yeah. It's like, nah, let me stop. As a gamer, like I said, I like all systems. You know, I like all games, pros and cons with all of them. But what I can say is that my number 8 to me is the last great Halo story, which is known as Halo Reach. From beginning to end, when you build like oh my goodness. First you get connected. You have a favorite Spartan too. Knowing that they're going to die. Because see, I read the
Right,
book.
right.
I read the book. So you know that these people are going to die, but you still get attached to, Rico is my boy, big Rico, the gentle giant, man. He always called Halsey mom. He was that guy. But then you had Emil with the shotgun, and then you had Yoon with the sniper, Cat, Carter. You fell in love with these people, but how they went out, oh, and you, number 6,
Mm.
that last stand when you're fighting off the covenant so the other people can escape.
And they about to glass this place.
Man. And then you see your helmet that you customize. Because at first, when you first play the game, you just see a regular helmet. But then at the end of the game, you see the helmet that you customized. That was another thing I loved about it, the customization of the Spartan 2 that you get to play with. Um, and also the multiplayer had me a little bit on stun too. I ain't gonna front. I was heavy with reach in all aspects. One thing that pissed me off though, and I'm glad they added it on later Halos, but y'all could have added sprint. Y'all could have put the sprint on it. You didn't have to make it a sub weapon to sprint. They gotta program themselves to sprint. Come on, man.
Yeah.
It's
That's
Spartans.
crazy.
That was my only nitpick of the game. But other than that, again, the last great Halo story, Halo Reach, number 8.
All right. My number 8 is a game that really took off my multiplayer experience with everybody, and it's actually allowed me to play with customers. Like this game was when it came out, it was like, no, you're gonna be online tonight. They would call the store. You're gonna be online. They would come to the store, and it was non-stop. Left 4 Dead, the first one.
Mm.
Left 4 Dead was the one game where it was like, no, it is a Friday night. We're not going out. We're going to play this game. It's going to be 4, including me, but three customers playing this game all together at one time. So Left 4 Dead was hands down one of my favorite games back then, still to this day now, although there's nothing really like it. The one outside of Rainbow Six, because I didn't really play with customers in Rainbow Six. This game really showed me how powerful online gaming was when it came to just interacting with people and actually making a team, because some people suck at that game because they want to run one way. So, number 8, Left 4 Dead, hands down.
For me, my number 8 was my introduction to the RPG genre, and as I get older and as I play more games, this game has gone down a lot of the list. It used to be in my top 3, but and I realize it's probably not even the best of the series, but to me, it's my favorite in the series. Fallout 4. Fallout 4 was my introduction to RPGs. It was really one of my first story games that I played all the way through. It was my first introduction to modding in games. It was a lot of firsts. But I will forever be a knight of the Brotherhood of Steel also. Just want to say that. No other faction ever got chose from me.
None whatsoever.
Nope.
You ain't want
I'm
to be a
not
raider?
working with the Simps. I'm
Come
not
on,
working with the
man.
railroad. I'm not working with none of them. Give me my
Not even the
power armor.
institute.
It's Brotherhood of Steel or nothing.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah,
Yo,
that's
the
He
just
put
my
his
mods,
foot
the
down.
mods on that game was crazy, dog.
Yes,
Somebody
sir.
made a mod with a sawed-off shotgun and called it Kurt Cobain's mouthpiece.
Oh man, yeah. Yo, Nirvana, they like one of my favorite groups of all time. They gotta relax on that, bro.
Dog, I saw that and I was like, no, yo.
Yeah, man. Yo, you know what? That's an idea too. This down the line, write it down. Best mods. We can do something like that. I don't know. You done, P?
yeah.
Oh,
I'm good.
Tachi. I gotta learn that. My number 7. Why is this kicking up so loud? Maybe I got a vibe. My number 7 this was a hard one for me. Pause, because they're uh, one of the newer games in this franchise. I like almost equally as this one, but when I compared both of these two games together, one being, I'll just say the names, one being God of War Ragnarok and one being God of War 3. I had to think about how I felt with each one of those. I think this might be my call. Um, so I'm gonna wrap it up. God of War 3 is my number 7. I love games. I love how that game started. The Poseidon fight was amazing to me. It was just, you were fighting when I think Gaia's body and Poseidon came on there with the horses, and it was just so amazing. The production in that game, fighting so many gods, the final fight with Zeus, just pretty much destroying the whole Greek pantheon. It was like, I love the character of Kratos, and not knowing who he would become, like a single dad that's trying to make his son happy type deal. And boy, I didn't know anything about what he would become, but if that was the end of his story, I felt as though it was tied up nicely and they accomplished what they set out to do. I love that game. I've I used to beat that game yearly because I loved it so much. Um, but yeah, that's my number 7. I have to mute for a minute.
All right, my number 7. You know, like I said, you know what I mean. One thing about Black Ops, them zombies, and the best Black Ops to this day, Black Ops 2. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 was the best Black Ops hands down. And the zombies was the best You know how many times I ran transit? I got so good at transit where I would tell people, yo, don't put the hatch on the bus. Wait till we get to the diner. You better stack up your bread because 4,000 will get you to round 15 automatically. Them Galvin knuckles up on the roof. Oh man, I wouldn't even have. There was a time where I wasn't even taking the bus. I was just running, and them little goblins try to get me. Bop with the knuckles, bop with the knuckles. I would just run. I would run transit heavy, and then burial. When you let the big giant dude out and he'll help you out. What? Man, you got me chopped. I used to run zombies on Black Ops 2. But yeah, that's my number 7, Black Ops 2.
Oh man, my number 7, it would have to be. I don't know. This is a toss up. I would either say no. I'll go ahead and say Killer Instinct, Super Nintendo. Killer Instinct was awesome.
I was about to say the same.
Obviously, yeah, Super Nintendo to be specific. Obviously, the one on Xbox is good too, but the one on Super Nintendo is tremendous. Me and my brother played it countless times. I would steal quarters, go to the bowling alley down in Middle River when it was there. We'd play Killing Instinct in the arcade. Great character, great fighting system, great combo system, great ultra system. Everything about Killing Instinct was great. And for it to be a fighting game, for me, it's amazing. So Killer Instinct for nostalgia and top 7, I would absolutely put it there.
For me, my number 7. This is technically my most played game ever, but I wouldn't know if that number is true because I ain't gonna lie, I left the launcher of the game open for a few weeks. So, like, Arma 3. Arma 3 is one of my favorite games ever, purely off the fact that I use it as like a sandbox just to like explore ideas. With like, I have a huge interest in the military and like military equipment, stuff like that. So I use Arma to like simulate battles, stuff like that, make scenarios, but I also got into the multiplayer of it in just the in or this is my intro to it was my intro to milsim games. So like Arma introduced me to games like Squad and playing really with a team and trying to coordinate to win matches instead of just going on my own and trying to kill somebody like in Call of Duty. So big on Arma. And if you guys want to know total hours of this game, 1,800.
Jesus
Once
Christ,
again, I
man.
left it open for weeks at a time.
Nah, you
So
was playing it. Nah, no, we're not shooting you no bell. You was
He a
playing it.
hawk, yo.
Yeah,
You a
dog.
hawk.
That's crazy.
He was in it. He was in the zone, my guy.
I guess it's my turn. What I forgot to do for God of War, the Metacritic score for that was a 90. I just want to get that out there, stay consistent. My number 6, because I think I'm running out of time. With a Metacritic score of a 96. This is a sequel in a trilogy. They're supposed to be making a number 4 pretty soon. I mean, it should be releasing eventually. Um, well, they did make a number 4, but whatever. A number 5, I guess. This is Mass Effect 2. One of the greatest. I think it's the best Mass Effect.
Yeah, hands down.
I unlike most people I know, I like part 3, but it even when they did the DLC new ending, I mean, for the people that were upset with it, I was satisfied with how the whole trilogy ended, but peak is Mass Effect 2. That intro well, I ain't gonna say introduced me into BioWare because BioWare had did Knights of the Old Republic and you talked about it, Jade Empire, and yeah, and they did the what the
They make the Dead
Dragon,
Space.
Dragon
huh?
Age.
Dragon Age. They didn't do Dead Space. No.
This piece was EA.
Yeah. Well, BioWare is EA now. They're
Now,
EA
yeah.
now, but yeah, they didn't do that. But yeah, overall, I love that game. The whole Commander Shepard, all of that, it's fire. That is my number 6. Skitty, you're next.
My number 6 um, is one of the greatest RPGs of all time. Hands down. Once I say these names, you might be familiar. Dart, Lavitz, Rose. I'm talking about none other than The Legend of Dragoon.
Mm.
Period. I spent hours on all 5 discs. Yes, all 5 discs in it to win it. You hear me? When you found out it was Dart's dad that you was going to fight at the end of the joint, oh my goodness. And then the reveal of the black monster that destroyed Dart's village was Rose the whole goddamn time. Oh, dog. That story was crazy. But yes, it definitely had me had me checking every corner. I got off of playing Final Fantasy VII, but for the most part, Legend of Dragoon had me wanting more. Definitely had me wanting more of that type of RPG, especially the system where you had to do the combos, the timing of the button to get the full combo and the full damage of the combo, and then the
Scott,
trans.
real quick. If I leave and I'm gone for extended period of time, just read off your final ones. I'll go over mine when I come back. They'll be quick, but just finish up.
Got you. And the transitioning from when you powered up enough to transition into your dragoon armor and then do your magic or do your special combo with the dragoon armor. Top tier storytelling, top tier RPG game, and that is my number 6.
I'll say my number 6, another Xbox title and PC title, Baldur's Gate. Dungeon crawler, great multiplayer, not multiplayer, co-op. Me and my brother played that shit for hours. So Baldur's Gate, if you want a good dungeon crawler, like a Diablo style that was at that time on console, very, very good. So I'll keep it short and sweet, but Baldur's Gate is an unbelievable game for my number six.
This one is my most recent addition to this list because I only played this game around 5 months ago. Red Dead Redemption 2. This game story, like, I feel like we need to talk about Rockstar storytelling, like, as a whole. They don't miss, if I'm being real. Red Dead Redemption 2, the story of going through Arthur Morgan's last like year of life. No, like I ain't gonna lie, my first time playing, I had the bad ending. So I didn't get to look out into the sunset, but I had Micah kill me. I'm still kind of mad about that, but the get back I got on Micah, I'm happy. So just that game story, it made me care about these characters. It made me I love John Marston. I love Arthur Morgan. I love um I forgot the boss name, but him, just that whole group, it made me really care for these characters. And now I really want to go back to the original Red Dead Redemption and play that because of the game.
That's fire. What I'm going to do is just read my list down, and so y'all can finish debating. And that was a fire pick, P. Um, my number five, 93 Metacritic overall. The Last of Us 2. I
Mm.
love that game. There's not much I can say about it. Number four, Metacritic 97, Grand Theft Auto 5. This is the he said something about Rockstar, and Rockstar just don't miss to me. They spend billions of dollars and take years to create a seamless story and a game that I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Number three. Now we're about to show some From Software love. Elden Ring. Metacritic 96. I love the game. I love the story. When you deep dive into the whole lore with that, it's amazing. Number two, From Soft again. Armored Core 6. I love that. I love mechs, Robotech, all of that type stuff. Man, I wish I could elaborate more, but I'm pressed for time. And my number one, he stole it from me. Red Dead Redemption 2, the first and only game at the end that made me tear up. It was an amazing ride from beginning to end, and then seeing the beginning of Red Dead Redemption 1, I mean Red Dead Redemption 1 as the prologue of that game. Yo, you had to go through it was a mission where you had to build a house. You feel me? That was fire. And then you wind up getting tuberculosis from like pretty much strong arming a dude for some bread. You feel me? He
Hmm.
coughed on you, and you would have never known that was pretty much the right. I mean, the marking of your ending. This was going to be your demise. You succumbing to tuberculosis. But yeah, that once again 5-1 was The Last of Us Part Two, Grand Theft Auto 5, Elden Ring, Armored Core 6, and Red Dead Redemption 2. Kenny, I think you were muted unless you was
Oh shit! No, I was saying you're a good man, Arthur.
hey Scott, this you, brother.
As Buddy was dying.
Um, so my number five, we're getting to like basically my favorite games of all time. Um, I would have to say would be Silent Hill, specifically Silent Hill 1. When that game first came out, and I probably told this story a million times, and I'll say it a million times more. It had me so deep that, originally I thought it was snow. You don't know, you didn't, when it came out, I paid attention to the story, but didn't know that it was embers. So I thought it was snow. I thought it was snowing and fogging at the same time. And I'm like, oh, all right, okay. If it ever fogs and snows at the same time, I'm not going to school. And my radio was always on a certain channel, to wake me up. So when I used to set the alarm, so I never forget it. I just got finished playing Silent Hill the night before. And it was school, and I'm like, all right, cool, boom. So I looked outside. It was snowing and it was fog. And I was like, oh yeah, this is crazy. I'm thinking in my mind, it's crazy, it's nothing. It's nothing. My alarm went off and it was staticky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
Mm-hmm.
I was not going to school that day. I was like, whatever's happening in school, I can go a day without because I'm not I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Never my whole time of having that alarm set to the set station that was clear as day, that woke me up every day at that specific time. All of a sudden, it want to.
It's an omen.
Nah, I'm cool. I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? T-Pain, for real. Because that was, nah, definitely not going to happen. But yeah,
I,
that's my number 5, Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. I think I'll stick with you on the horror aspect of it. Probably the only horror game that I played to beat start to finish, Alan Wake. Alan Wake is unbelievable. That is a great game, man. Like I don't do horror games. I don't do games that scare me. Something about that game was really intriguing about how he's a writer trying to, get through this writer's block. Um, and essentially whatever he's writing is coming to life. And obviously his wife gets kidnapped and he's trying to get his wife back. I'm playing through the second one right now, but Alan Wake, the first one, is hands down my top 5 game of all time.
Number 5 for me, Elden Ring. Not going to stay on this too long, but that was my first From Software game. Just that feeling of accomplishment you get when you bring down a boss. When I brought down Melania after I think it was my 70th try,
Yeah, that
or
sounds about right.
The 70th try?
that I've never been so mad at a game before that, but I've never been so happy at a game after that. It's like it's changing, life changing. Then that DLC came out, and you had to beat Rodon, which was way harder than Melania. That game produced probably the most rage out of me of any game, but still, great lore to it. One of the best stories that the game doesn't tell you, but you gotta find for yourself. Great, like just gameplay overall, smooth combat. Great game. That's my 5.
Gotcha. It's a good game.
Oh yeah, I forgot. So it is me.
He's not there.
Right. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, oh well. And I look down, I'm like, don't. But okay, yeah. So number 4. Number 4. Again, Super Nintendo had me on a chokehold, and every now and again, because I have it on my other laptop, I have a Super NES emulator on my other laptop. I definitely get it in some Super Punch Out. That is my favorite. Oh my goodness, man. And when you find them the rhythm, and you find out you can counter punch too, oh man. And then you build your gloves up to get them golden gloves, and you hit you start hearing the brick hits, the block, 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 block. And that was another thing too, because the original Punch Out just had the super punch. But then you could either do a super punch, or you could do a super punch low, you could do a super punch high, or you can repeatedly press the super punch button and go baka, 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 baka. Oh, I used to drill them. Oh, and I used to go back and beat my time to see if I can get faster and faster and faster and faster with beating these characters. So yes, number 4, Super Punch Out.
Oh man, number 4. I guess stay in the Xbox realm, and well, not Xbox, but Batman Arkham Asylum. Batman Arkham Asylum was very very good. I mean, that was probably the only Xbox game I had back then where I 100%ed it. I got all the achievements. I did all the Riddler's puzzles. I did. I even did. I think I did the Clayface event as well in there.
Wasn't that
Great
PlayStation
action.
2?
Yeah, it was PlayStation. Yeah, I played on Xbox though.
Oh,
I played on
I,
Xbox.
you
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got I got to give my love somehow. No, it
I
was
was
it was
like, I was like
nah.
that Joker exclusive.
Nah,
You
nah, it
know
was
what I'm
only Xbox. It was only Xbox. No, yeah, no, no. But that would be my number 4 as far as like an action game that I played that I thoroughly enjoy that I will always hold in high regard. Batman Arkham Asylum. Arkham City, not too much. I don't really know why people enjoy that one as much. I thought Arkham Asylum was way, way better. It was more linear. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it more. It was A to B instead of A to D, the X to T to Y, and back to A with City. So Arkham Asylum would be, what was that, 4? My number 4.
saying? City kept you on your toes. That's why.
I ain't like City. I ain't like that crap.
Now
For me,
Origins. Yeah.
Nah.
Go ahead, Tachi. My bad.
you're good. You're good. For me, my number 4. Y'all two probably haven't heard of this, but this was my. A lot of these games are my introductions to these genres.
Hmm.
This is my introduction to real time strategies as a whole. War Game Red Dragon. This game
No
is
idea
like
what that is.
Yeah. I was like,
What?
I thought he was gonna say Empire or something. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was like,
nah.
yeah.
This game is very niche. Like I think when playing it, it shows the player counter. The most I've seen it is like 300 people on it.
Oh wow.
But
Hmm.
this game is it's like it's not a traditional RP or RTS, but like it just changed my view of real time strategy and strategy games as a whole. Like I always got bored by the combat of them. I always kind of thought, man, it's so hard for me to explain this.
You good, man? You
It's
good?
just like I always got bored by strategy games. But this showing me that first, it's another military game. It has a bunch of niche vehicles and all that. So my interest is already there. But different play styles, different strategies. This game is one of the first that it's this I don't have to rely purely on my mechanics. It's me using my mind, outsmarting people, flanking people, and at times they would have no concept of me being there. Using recon behind to see what they're bringing out, just all this stuff. This game will forever be one of my loves, and it is my third most played game.
Damn.
1,000
Yeah. I
hours.
was about to say 1,000 hours. 1,000 hours.
Yep.
All right.
500 of those hours building decks. So
Lord
yeah.
have mercy.
We at number 3.
Yep.
All
Hmm.
right.
Number 3.
So number 3. I'm not gonna lie, I can't leave it out. Uh this started my love for PvP games. And I mean, it's just so funny he was talking about Titanfall 2 because if it wasn't for the greatness of Titanfall 2, I would never have one of the greatest shooters, one of the greatest competitive games of all time, Apex Legends. Period. Every character is different in their uniqueness. Once you get the flow of it, you don't stop playing. And I'm not going to front. I hated the game because I sucked at the game. I did. I was horrible. But then when I won my first game, it was like a drug that just took over. And then I started figuring out what character I play with. First, I started off with Caustic, you know what I'm saying? Because I was more reserved, more defensive, even though I see people can play with him aggressive. And then that's when I started playing with Mirage. But then I got sick and tired of people not using their mics. You know, like, come on, man, we playing rank. Use your fucking mic. I'm sorry, got a little off there. But yeah, when people weren't using mics, and I'm asking them who's in the building, who's there, I started playing with the recons. First recon I started playing with Bloodhound, hands down. That is my baby right there, yo. Especially when that Hunt of the Beast comes up. You saw how I did the motions too. And then you just oh my goodness, I would run them. And then Crypto. Oh my goodness. He is one of the smoothest characters. And when they gave him the ability to cloak while he's in his drone, that was it for me. That was game over. Bumblebee Tuna. So yeah.
Bumblebee tuna is crazy.
Bumblebee Tuna. That's my number 3.
I would say my number 3 right now, because we have 2 left, which I'm kind of already getting squared away right now. My number 3 would be. Oh, did I mess that up?
Bum bum bum.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I think I just messed it up. Street Fighter 4.
Okay.
For them to take a sabbatical for multiple years and then come back and storm
For
back the way
all
they did
platforms.
on
Right.
all platforms. Exactly. Street Fighter 4 still to this day holds a special place in my heart. Um, Great fighting game, great characters. Now, of course, they re-released the game 9 different times for different characters and different stages and different combos and blah 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 blah. The fundamental and the foundation of the game is great. It is still what they're trying to re-emulate with other fighting games now. And Street Fighter will always be the king of kings when it comes to um, fighting games. Everyone's trying to chase them. Everyone's trying to be like them. So yeah, Street Fighter 4 is my number 3 favorite game of all time.
My number 3, War Thunder. This game has this is the game I consider my actual most played because I can recognize this game has taken hours, days, weeks of my life from me. Just the grind of top tier, but almost all of that time I've enjoyed. Just getting to fly some of my favorite planes, playing with friends, just the combat, the how the armor is modeled, how realistic the game is, just things like that. How beautiful the game is graphically. Like this game came out in 2013, but still is doing better than a lot of games graphically right now. And but that combined with the gameplay and just yeah, number 3.
Number 3.
All right.
Skitty is you.
And I messed up again because I forgot that he wasn't here again. So
He's not there.
ah. But my number 2, um, hands down, it gave me my first actual jump scare. And that was Resident Evil 2. It's funny because I was on someone's Discord, a Silent Hill Discord, and we were talking about basically survival horror games. And this guy was telling me he played every Resident Evil, and I'm like, okay, hey, good for you, buddy. But he was a cool dude. Um, but yes, Resident Evil 2 still has a special place in my heart. Being able to play as 2 different people, 2 different discs, and the fact that you could start with one or start with the other one, and the story, it'll be told a little bit differently. Yeah. Especially, like I said, my first jump scare running into the man known as, well, the tyrant known as Mr. X. Yo, So I was describing this part uh to where, usually back then, because on the remake, he just gets on one knee until you do what you need to do to go to the next scene. Back in the day, you beat Mr. X, he would go down and you wouldn't see him for he was chasing you, but you didn't have to worry about him coming in the room or nothing like that for like another, you know, section part or when you got to a new scene type situation. This particular one, I went into the room. He came in the room. Boom, I fought him in the room. I'm like, all right, bet. You know, grab my little shotgun shells he dropped because he dropped, a lot of people never went back to the bodies because they was that scared. But you go to his body, you pick up an item because he would drop an item every time. So I got the item. I go out the door. I'm in, I'm like, all right, bet I'm not going to see him for a while. No. As soon as I cut the corner, boom, through the wall. I was like, oh my God. I had to put it on pause because that I don't, I don't usually get scared off of horror stuff. Like for the most part, if it has me thinking, then I'll be like, oh, my mind is running like crazy. But I never be like, oh, or get shocked or anything. And that really like I'm like, hold up, pause. Let me collect myself. And yes, Resident Evil 2, my number two game of all time.
Since we're wrapping it up, I would like to say this was I already put it in the Discord, so I kind of spoiled myself. But Fallout 3, Fallout 3, for an introduction into the Bethesda RPG world, that'd be my first one. I never played anything like that before. For it to be a first-person action RPG, did not like that at all. But it had a third person, so I enjoyed it even more. The fact that you can literally interact with anything in the world at any point in time and your storyline will change. Phenomenal game. Phenomenal game. I'm so glad that I was going to say Fallout 4, but I think Juice said Fallout 4. So I was like, all right, I'll do Fallout 3 because it's just as good, if not better. And yes, oh no, it was you, AP. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
you.
sorry. Listen, there's nothing wrong with joining the institute, man. Come on with the scientists, man. We got all the good stuff over here. They're gonna turn you half
Ah,
synthetic, but it's okay. You're just gonna be half synthetic. It's okay. Listen, they're just gonna chop a body part off and gonna make you better. All right. If you want to be a raider, that's perfect. But Fallout 3 is without a doubt my top 2 game of all time. Don't be scared of the institute, man. Don't be scared.
yeah, never that. We brotherhood over here. But but for my number two, this one was said already, but Armored Core 6,
Mhm.
Fires of Rubicon. It combined my interests of military style equipment, all that stuff with FromSoft fighting mechanics, and oh, that game. I played it. First time playing it was late last year, and it was just after months of my father telling me, "Yo, play this game. It's right up your alley. Play this game. You will love this game. Play it." I tried. As soon as I picked it up, I never put it down. That game, I love that game so much. Like, I'll come back just to go in the arena and fight other
Yep.
mechs, build new designs. Like, I love that game. And that's my number two. Skitty is you.
All right. Now I have an honorable mention for number one. And it was hard for me because I love Castlevania as a series, and Symphony of the Night was so beautiful. Like playing as Alucard, it was one of my PlayStation Day One joins, and man, I turning into the mist and then the wolf and then the bat. Oh, it was too flowing. But I digress. One of my favorite games of all time is the RPG underdog known as Legend of Legaia.
Hmm.
It was one disc and it took you hours. I mean, hours to get all that stuff on that game. I'm talking about, and I see why Square Enix bought some of these companies out because they had some serious competition back then. Serious competition. So, but yeah, the story of the Suru and the mist corrupting the Suru, and then the Genesis tree, and within the Genesis tree, you had the Ra Suru. It was awesome. It was definitely awesome. So, yep, that's my number one, Legend of Legaia.
Nice. It's on every console now, so it doesn't really matter as much. But my Xbox favoritism is definitely showing.
As soon as you said that, I already knew.
It's on every console right now, but 2006 was a great year for 360, and for this game to come out on it was unbelievable. Uh, Again, it's out on everything now, so it kind of takes that luster away. But Gears of War is my greatest game of all time. Um, I don't even have to explain it. Everyone's played it. It's a great game. It's the first game I heard the F word in. Like that blew my mind. Like Dom Santiago, Marcus Phoenix, Bear, Cole, like these characters are unbelievable and they will always be remembered. And then you go to the second one, but I'm just keep it to the first one. Third person shooter, greatest multiplayer game to ever come out. The brutality of it, the the community of that game was so intense it just wanted you to play more, and if you sucked they let you hear it because you could not talk trash if you died because you're in a dead lobby with the other people who are dead. It is the first multiplayer shooter that I played that had interactive maps where things are happening on the map while you're fighting each other. Active reload, another beautiful thing. Sticking someone with a grenade, sticking a grenade to the wall. Like Gears of War 1 is without a doubt my favorite game of all time when it comes to the shooting aspect of it. And I wish it stayed on Xbox, but what y'all doing to me, man? Go ahead, AP.
For my number one spot, I've said it. I think this was my number one in the last list. Cyberpunk 2077. This game is, and I don't even have a doubt about this. This will be my favorite game. This, from the story to just the character customization, the just my last playthrough when when a hacker built the first time, and I was sending people to like I was putting black wall AIs in their head and destroying them from the inside. Like that feeling of power, but also the story just going through having like your body slowly not become yours anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Having somebody stuck in your head who you hate at first, but becomes one of the closest people to you. Having side characters that you genuinely start to care about at the end. Like that game will, I don't think it will ever be topped in
Shout
this
out to Johnny
lifetime.
Silverhand.
Cyberpunk 2077. If you haven't played it, play it now.
Please
Like,
play it. Well, I don't know if you saw CD Projekt Red said they're working on a part two.
mm-hmm.
After
Yeah.
Witcher 4 comes out, uh, Cyberpunk, the sequel's coming out. So I wonder, of course, they'll have a better launch this time around, but I'm curious how good it'll be. That's awesome. You love that game. That is awesome.
I I hope that game can top this one, but I don't think it will. I heard it's going to be set in cyber Chicago,
Yes.
and I'm
Uh-oh.
excited for it. I really am. I want to see more stuff about it, but yeah, I'm really excited for that.
How we doing, guys? I watched most of it back and forth. I seen the skitty kept thinking I was still on. Yeah, I mean, I seen all that. Yeah, that was fire, man. I like our list today. I'm gonna try to edit something up to, I guess maybe, I don't know. I'll figure something out. Come here, River. Come here. Um, yeah. So unless you guys got anything else, I gotta cut this short. So, and we've been doing this for how long now?
2 hours.
Almost 2 hours. Good episode. Good
This is a
episode.
good episode. Yeah.
Anybody got anything in closing? Well, I do have one thing. Merch shop for the critical level coming soon. Here's our first merch here for the Sports Pod TLS. I got it
Nice.
in Ohio State colors because that's my team. Word up.
Okay.
On the back, hold on. On the back, you got the Ohio State mascot, and we got our channel, The Level. We will be having full merch for the critical level and everything else. So stay tuned for that. These guys will have their own individualized shirts. I got to talk to them and how they want me to customize their stuff. Anyway, we appreciate y'all checking us out bi-weekly. This is the unit. I'm the pilot. And unless y'all got something to say, we out.